Hi there, people. This is Spray Love, and I'm going to talk about another of my favorite fragrances of all time, and it's another fall fragrance mostly, but also it's good every time, like any time. I wear it in the summer too. This one right here, it's called Neroli Outrenoir. So this was in L'Art et la Matière, a line by Guerlain in which they explore notes, particular notes. This one is Neroli. It's like material, the material for doing that note. Like this is Neroli, and they are doing a twist on Neroli because Neroli fragrances usually are cologne, very fresh, very soapy fragrances. In general, it's not true of all the Neroli fragrances out there, but it's a note that is mostly associated with that freshness, that soapiness, and you get a bit of that soapiness in Neroli Outrenoir because it's still Neroli, but it's Outrenoir, so it's dark. It's a darker version with benzoin, with tonka bean, like very darker, more elegant, more artistic fragrance. That is not your typical, cologne, haute cologne or whatever. So it's an haute parfum too. It stays so long. It is poetic. Autumnal poetic fragrances. It just smells like you're in the woods, and every tree has like red leaves and yellow and orange, and you're just reading a book of poems while you're sitting on a tree. It's that kind of fragrance. It's like very romantic, very poetic, and very artistic too. It's an art. It's l'art et la matière. It's art and matter. It's it's doing art with fragrances. So this is like aesthetic art in fragrances, whereas a lot of fragrances that we consider artistic are oftentimes not necessarily aesthetic. It's sometimes they reproduce smells that normally we find disgusting. Well, this one it creates a picture in your head that is clear, or maybe not. But it creates something in your head that is art, but it's really aesthetic. It smells good. It's evocative for everyone around you that's gonna smell it. Every time I wear it, I get like very weird compliments on it. It's different kinds of compliments. People are like, "You're really wearing something that's out there. You smell like someone really romantic. You smell like someone who's into art, who's an aesthete." People are getting deep with that fragrance, and it's why I love it so much. And it's a fragrance that I put on whenever I want to get into character, get into make a deep work of artistic nature. Compose music, perform, play music, but with a different idea in head, with a mood. Create a mood. It's mostly a fragrance that I use to create a mood. Is it sexy? Yes, it is, because it's that romantic, valorous, chivalrous fragrance that is really romantic also, and it's really like you wear that because you're confident, and you're confident and perhaps deeper and artistic in nature, perhaps sensitive, perhaps that it's that kind of thing that it smells really refined. It smells really like high class, but it's still sensitive. It's not overpowering. It's not flashy. It's something else. It's completely out there, and I love it. I love it so much. I originally I was like buying that just because I wanted to have a fragrance for concerts, because I am a classical musician. I am classical harpsichordist, but also now classical singer. I study classical singing too. But this puts, like, in singing, you know, it just puts me into those very deep characters that I need to play, you know. But it also gets me into that very nice romantic, you know, poetic vibe that I like to read. I like to have like some nice time going outside, going to a park, going to the mountain, to the forest with my fiance, and wear that fragrance, and it's just like an explosion of nice feelings, a nice mood, but with, you know, a balance between the darkness and the light, you know, because Neroli is very yeah, it's light, you know, it has that piercing power that light has, whereas the tonka, the benzoin, the other notes all like counterbalance, and like a perfect yin and yang thing. And there's also that smoked tea that is amazing. Smoked tea. If you haven't had any smoked tea, just go into a tea shop and buy some. It's perfect for the winter, and it's got that warm, like, it's very warm and cozy, but it's really, really, really delicious. And hard sometimes, but very delicious. And it's got a balance of sugars, and it's just a perfect fragrance. And if you like the fall and the scenery of fall as much as I do, go get that fragrance. It's perfect. It makes sometimes fall, it's depressing because it's all gray. This puts everything into balance, and you kind of see when you smell that fragrance why fall is so marvelous, because the scenery is perfect. Anyway, spread love and spray love. Bye bye.